adolescent self. So adolescent self is mostly during the time we get into college. So teenage self is it's that confusion stage. Slowly we are trying to move into that adolescence and carving out of the self, setting limits and boundaries, standing up for oneself. And most of the times, if you tell a person who is 18, you have to do this, what will you do? He or she do?
I'm not going to do.
Yeah.
Refuse.
They'll refuse. They'll do exactly opposite. You know, it was very nice in my life also. This stage was the most beautiful stage. It was, you know, and the biggest thing was I entered into meditation when I was 17.
So great.
Huh? Right? And you know, there was a saying that you know an young saint is more dangerous than an old devil. But that so an young saint is more dangerous than an old devil. So I have been very I lived my life very dangerously. So there is a lot of this false ego coming up, like you know I am the spiritual master, right? I have all spiritual powers. Capable, you know, I experienced, you know, a lot of miracles in my life I experienced. But you know, there is one side adolescent self, and another side a false ego of you know that I'm this, and it had created a lot of joy for me, but for others it was hell. Especially my parents had.
Great trouble.
They had a very tough time dealing with me during this time, you know. I had answers for everything. I read a lot of books, right? Spiritual books. So they could not control me in any way. So that's the kind of thing I went through during this stage.
Line check, you know?
Climb it.
Line
Like
check.
you climb. Ask the
You ask
souls
them,
or ghosts
souls.
to come. You
Ask
climb it,
them.
you know.
Ouija board kind of thing.
Yeah, and even we used to do when I was doing my graduation. The name लिखने का एक बोर्ड में ABCD 1 2 3
Ouija
And
board.
then you ask the answer.
ग्लास में पानी रखे तो वो जो ऑलरेडी डेथ हुआ उनको वो सोल को हमको बुलाना है ये सब games.
I used to deal with people who got devils inside them. And you know, spirits. And you know, I am a spiritual master. I used to sit with them, you know, understand. There will be one more person who will have third eye. They will be witnessing that what is happening. You know, how many souls are there inside? You know, even my friends also used to do, like you know, someone who had died, you know, they will call them here and you know they will talk. These kinds of things, you know, and I think all our Dr. Newton, Dr. Yugandhar, and most of the people, you know, in our pyramid society, everyone came into meditation during this time. And it was this time, you know, they did a lot of nonsense.
Experiments.
Experiments. It was good, you know, it was good to undergo that, and you know, the adolescent self is growing faster with meditation. So yeah, so being caught up in an active or passive state of rebellion. Let's say if we don't undergo these things, you know, these things roll over in our later part of our life, and we are caught up in it. Either it can be active, like always we want to rebel, always we want to stand out, we want to do something which is challenging the status quo. This can be getting into that active state of rebellion or a passive state of rebellion. Like, you know, it may not be visible clearly, but you know, slowly it is happening. The rebellion is happening. Inability to stand up for yourself. Like there is a lot of this confusion, right? Sometimes, you know, if we are too much of control, let's say in our time, you know, there is we learn something about society, And let's say if something like, let us say people were put in jail when they were in this age and beaten up by police or something. So then these kinds of experiences happen. It hurts us deeply at different level, and most of the times we will not be able to stand up for ourselves based on the experiences what we undergo during this time, and being very controlling and critical of another's behavior will be very judgmental. Let's say if this adolescent self is being wounded, what we do is we judge everyone. Like 18 people at the age of 18, they know everything. Have you seen? Have you interacted with people who are 18 years old?
Yes.
They know everything, and they can tell you who you are, right? They are very critical. They criticize everyone.
Masters of all.
They are masters of all, and they criticize everyone. They keep criticizing, and let's say this is what happens during that time naturally. But when there is wounds there, there are some issues there. This gets rolled over. Of later part of our life, we will also be very critical. We'll be critical for everyone. We'll be criticizing everyone. We'll be calling names. Even when we are 30 or 40, we'll be doing that. That gets rolled over. And over controlling. We want control. Adolescent self wants control. So we want to control everything. They become control freaks. The later part of their life. Over involvement in a lover or spouse's life because that person is reflection of you. During that time, always we try to see a lover as our reflection, a spouse as our reflection, and if he or she is not behaving the way we wanted, we get angry, and we will be overly involving in their life. We will be over possessive. We will try to control their life by manipulating them. We feel very much pride in making them do what we want them to do. You understand? So there is a lot of this over involvement in a lover's life or in a spouse's life. Will not give them space because you are too much in love. The love of adolescent self. Adolescent self means love is like this. I am just a mirror, I am just this. You are the most important person in my life. Right?
Not love, it is lust.
Lust is something else, but
Over-
this is more, this is different actually.
Yeah.
This is control.
Dominating.
Toxic love. Yeah. It's called toxic love.
Yeah. That's
We can say dominating others.
Yeah, dominating.
toxic love is good.
वो पढ़ा है ये बुक पढ़ा है मैंने
Beautiful, beautiful.
राजेश ऑफ फुडनेस सोल्स या समथिंग
Uh-huh. This happens actually
Yes,
normally in
yes,
our
yes.
relationships also. We try to over control them. We are too much dependent on them. They are just our reflection. They are our soulmate, right? The other half. They are our other half, and we cannot let our other half be free.
Restrictions.
We try to control their life. It creates a lot of mess in the marriage, in the relationship, because no one likes to be controlled at the end of the day. So we have to heal our adolescent self. When we heal our adolescent self, we look at those wounds, what happened during this time, and when we heal our adolescent self, slowly we become that mature person. Otherwise, we get stuck here, and then we will be creating a lot of mess in our personal lives, in our career, because being in that state of rebellion had cost me my job. I have to listen to some people. If I don't listen to some people in my job, I will lose my job. But if I had some issues in my adolescent life, that rebellion got rolled over, and it had created some problems in my life. So this happens in our life normally. Sometimes we lose our emotional control because this actually inner child takes over. Whenever a wounded child is there, wounded child takes over our personal life and makes it a mess. Because child wants what? Importance, attention.
The appreciation.
Yeah, especially attention. When wounded child is there, wounded child wants attention. See, I am not healed still. How can you be happy? Huh? If you are not happy, how can you be happy? So first make me happy. So it will create a mess in our life. So that's how we attract a lot of problems in our life. And then now we have some chance to undergo inner child wounds to heal that inner child wounds, and now we can create better life for us. Yeah. So being so afraid to stand out that you never discover what your own tastes are. Because there is a lot of fear again. When wounds come out of fear. Here, if adolescent self is not healed completely, it will not stand out and stand for itself. It don't know what it wants. Most of the times, what it wants and what it doesn't want is determined by others, the peers or the colleagues. This happened in my, I don't know if I can share it or not, but in my personal life, especially in my marriage, my wife always used to, now ex, so always used to compare. There is a lot of this, what you call, others are more important. She, whatever her friends are, I need to do that. Whatever her relatives wanted, I need to do that. Her core identity is with the friends and relatives. And if I don't do that, all tantrums. So then I understand, I was saying that teenage gets rolled over. Then I understood, okay, it's a teenage problem. Then I was relating, I have done this in my teenage. At that time my friends were very important, my father doesn't allow me to be with friends. And the same problem she was complaining, okay, now I understand, okay, give back time, pay back time. Yeah, but it's naturally we understand life altogether, right? By undergoing that experience. Mostly when some of our disowned self comes up, there is a lot of nice therapy called voice dialogue. Now we cannot do, but sometime later we will do that. Whenever voice dialogue process, voice dialogue, we can bring out our disowned selves and communicate with them. Because most of the problems in relationships, like we have seen also, right, in the Essenes mirrors, sometimes we attract some people. And these people create a lot of mess. Actually, those people are not creating mess. The disowned selves within us are creating mess. So once we accept that self, once we acknowledge that self, and once we integrate that self, we will be at peace. We'll do that process sometime later, but this we can understand now.